Hola, ¿cómo estás? Where should we start? Honestly, it has been a while since I actually got into any social event whatsoever. I have to confess that at the moment I feel pretty lonely, if I'm gonna be honest, and I don't really feel I have a support system. And for that reason, I wasn't really invited to any social events. I wasn't socializing with people. I mean, I was going to high school, but I don't really vibe with a lot of people in high school. So I was feeling pretty like isolated, I would say. And I was just really feeling like I was spending a lot of my days just in my room. And many times I just really felt like that really had a very bad effect on me because I just felt like I was living in my bubble and in my head like all the time. And I just found out about this little like gathering up. When I actually like went to this whole like social event, it was Ramadan. It was probably like the last day, like before the last day of Ramadan. And there was like this little organization, like local organization. The cause for this organization is to actually just make the locals in here enjoy the city more. I honestly really tried to keep my expectations really low. I just told myself like, oh, it's a public space. If I just don't really feel like I'm vibing with these people, I can always leave. But at the same time, I really was very much aware that there is just so much I can gain from this. I just really got in there and I really just like so many people, like probably I don't know, like 150 people, like just all in this like small place, I would say. And I was just really getting a little bit overwhelmed because I wasn't really like in a social setting for quite a while. So I was just like, oh, okay, there's just a lot of people, cool. I was just sitting down in there. And then later on, out of nowhere, I just turned my head around like that. And then I just saw, I swear to you, I'm not kidding. I swear to you, I'm not kidding. I literally just saw my childhood friend that I knew for like 10 years and I stopped all contact with. While growing up, like I just felt like I was growing in a different direction than this person was. And I just really felt like at some point I wasn't really vibing with this person anymore. Like at certain point, like while growing up, like as a kid, like in primary and middle school, I definitely felt like a connection to them, and I'm really happy about like all the beautiful memories we had together. But then at some points, I really just felt I changed as a person, and he remained pretty much the same, and I just felt like I don't know, I wasn't vibing with them anymore. Not that there is anything like against them personally at all. I just turned around and I was just like, bro, like and so I just really like turned around and just like said hi to them. And we really like just started like to have a little conversation together and we were like catching up. I was really just like able to know more about how they were doing. I was really just like able to know, I don't know, just like, just catch up, you know what I mean, on stuff. And that was a very interesting, like, introspective experience, I guess, for me. And then I started to talk to this guy. and then And then I don't really know what I was actually saying exactly, but I think that I was actually asking him whether he was part of like this local organization, and he was like, yes. And then somehow the conversation really just turned about him, really just talking about all the interesting stuff that he was able to do, and like all the interesting places he was able to go to, just because he was very much involved into like societal work, like organizations and clubs and all of that. And it was a very interesting experience. I remember there was one question that I asked him about like what was the thing that you went on that impacted you the most, and he actually told me about this exchange thing, I would say, like that he went on to Germany where like their main cause is to actually like preserve the sea turtle, like a very specific kind of turtle that was like about to go extinct. And he was really just like saying about how much these days were so fucking memorable for him, about how he was able to meet so many people from like France, from Germany, from so many places, and how much they were just like a range of experiences that he didn't experience before that he was able to do in there. And I remember I just really saw him and I was like, that's so cool. I think that I kind of like really just saw him as like a little bit of a mentor for me at that time because I was just like, whoa, like this person did a lot of the things that I actually want to do. And he's like, we're like both headed in the same path. And even at some point of the conversation, he was like, bro, you're like exactly like me. And I was like, kind of, yeah, you know what I mean? Because my phone was broken, I actually got like this little this thing basically. I don't know what it's called, a notepad or whatever. If I really like someone, I'll be like, oh, here's my notepad. You know, write your Instagram. In this case, write your Instagram, and in the case in front of it, write your number or something like that. And so I just like gave him my notepad, and he actually just like wrote me a bunch of like opportunities that are available for Tunisians, you know, and stuff like that. I think for such a long time, I kind of like really had a very much like bad image of the city that I was living in, and I was just really feeling like, oh, you know, this is a small city. It's so boring. There's nothing happening up in here. But I really think like really just being able to like get into that social event, I was really able to realize that that's not the case for everyone, and there are a lot of interesting people that are doing interesting stuff, and it's really cool to see. You know, interesting people are everywhere, just like me. بقينا لازم نمشي نحب نشوف المغني نصوره.
وين خلينا نقعد ندور.
ظهر لي من هوني، ظهر لي تمشي من هوني جو بونس حسب اللي فهمت. Anyways, so afterwards, I saw this like little band going on, right? So there was like a lot of music, a lot of people dancing. And I was like, there is no way that I'm gonna leave tonight without actually dancing. So even though I had like no dance partners, and I just like tried to like squeeze myself into the crowd, and it was kind of awkward at the beginning because I was just kind of like just kind of like really, you know, like moving my arms like that, whatever. I'm probably gonna include some clips of that if I really do have them. But like I'm just like moving my arms like that or whatever. And it was like local music, and if you know anything about me, I'm not the best dancer to local music. I mean, I love to like jam myself out, and like I really think that I kind of know how to dance to like some music, but like certain types of music, I'm not the best in it, you know? And it was just kind of awkward. I was just like dancing on my own like that. And then later on, all of a sudden, I was just kind of like really taking like, I was kind of like bringing my camera with me, right? Because I really wanted to like take pictures and mostly really like take videos of everything, you know? I wasn't really planning to make this video at all, you know? Like I just wanted to do that for myself, right? And while I was like taking pictures and like videos and everything, I just like really like heard this girl like behind of me, and she was like, "Hey, can you like take a picture of us like with my friend group?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" You know. So I just like went and like took a picture of them, and then there was like this guy that told me like, "Hey, where can I actually find the photos?" You know. And apparently he was thinking that I was like the photographer for like this social set and whatever. And I was like, oh no, like I don't work with this organization, you know? I just really like have my little camera, like, you know, like I'm an independent artist. So he was just like, oh, okay. So he was actually just like telling me to like, you know, like he was actually wanted to like give me his email so that I will be able to email him the photos, right? So I just really gave him my little notepad and I was like, yeah, my phone is broken, but like you can write your email in here. And so he wrote his email. And later on, there was also this girl that was like, oh, so like you're really into photography. I also really like have a camera and I'm like, I'm super into photography too, you know? So like, you know, email me your like videos and stuff like that you do. And so she actually just like wrote her Instagram there too. After like the pictures were taken and everything, I kind of like was kind of like semi dancing with them a little bit. Although it was kind of weird because I didn't really know them, so I was just kind of like dancing with them and whatever. But it was kind of fun, like awkward, but also really fun. And I don't know, I just was like laughing at myself, and like they were laughing at me probably, and I was just laughing back, and I'm like whatever. I don't know what's going on. I was just laughing and dancing, and that's it. I remember like while we were like dancing or whatever, he was like, "Did you come with anyone?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, I swear to you, like even the other guy that I told you about, like the sea turtle kind of guy, he actually asked me the same question. He was like, "Who are you with today?" And I was like, "Nobody." So I was like, "Oh, this is brave, you know." But this other guy, he was like, I actually just like told him this one thing where I was like, "Oh, like I actually came alone, but like I was really able to like meet a lot of people, you know." And I just can sense that you actually give me a look of like, oh, you met a lot of people. So like, where are all the people that you met? Because you're here. Obviously, that's it on your own. And that was a valid point. And what I meant is like, I met the like my childhood friend, you know what I mean, in there, and I was like able to see like some people here and there that I recognized, you know, but like I'm not fully like friends with or whatever. And that was such a very liberating experience because I really just felt like I was free and like I just really didn't give like a single fuck about anybody and anybody's opinion. Oh my god, there was like this this group of people, like probably 5 or 6 people that were like dancing in there, and I swear to you, they were dancing like there was no tomorrow. They were dancing like there were no tomorrow. after like they just finished up dancing, there was this one guy that was like giving it all in his dance. I just kind of like was like, hey, I just want to say, I actually just like spoke in like the Tunisian dialect. I just really said mahlek, which means like you're pretty, like you're beautiful, you know.
اسمع محليك.
So honestly, if I really just like see something beautiful in people, I would just be like walking straight to you. I don't really care if you're on the street. I don't care where you are. I'm just gonna walk to you and be like, hey, you're pretty. Thank you. Bye. I don't know what he thought, but like he just winked at me. He was like, and I was like, okay, cool, like whatever. And I just left afterwards. But yeah, I'm really happy that I actually said that to them, anyways, because I think that can make like someone's day. After the whole dance just finished up, I just really like went with like my friend, like his uncle and everything. His uncle wanted to like buy for us like ice cream or something like that. And we are just like really able to like make a little bit like of a night stroll, I guess, in there. And yeah, I was just really able to like eat my little ice cream. I just like have a little stroll, you know what I remember I actually just asked him about like what is his job, and he was like, oh, I actually do have a lot of jobs. And I was like, okay. So tell me about one of your jobs. And he was like, okay, so I actually really just go and teach in universities, like in private universities, and like um he just like does a lot of teaching. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but he just basically does a lot of teaching apparently for like this subject, right? But in French it's actually called like génie civil, which is like an actual field of study. Basically, apparently, from what I understood from his uncle, is that they actually just go and like try to like focus on the infrastructure, you know what I mean, the lights, everything that is like you see in the cities, you know what I mean, and like they're just like engineers behind it, right? So he is the kind of person like that just does like all the mastermind work, basically. So, and I actually asked him this question of like, do you like your job? And he was like, yeah, I do like it, you know. But I remember like there was just like this weird moment at some point, and they were like, oh, why are you asking him that, you know? But I was like, bro, like, isn't this like the most important thing? Like, do you like your job? Like, if you don't love your, like, I was just really genuinely curious, like, do you love this job, you know? So that was really cool that he loved that. I absolutely loved it, and I'm really just happy that he was able to explain to me all these things. And so obviously after the conversation, I just like thanked him, and I was like, thank you so much for like explaining to me all of these things. I think like something really beautiful about me is that, especially lately, you know what I mean? I really just like have this belief that I'm genuinely protected and guided in everything. I really just feel like lately I got to soak into the belief that every experience that I have is genuinely trying to teach you something even there. In every experience that I have like is there to like teach me something, you know. Every single person I meet, every single thing that just happens is really like here for my own development as a person. So I think that that way I was kind of like less scared of like bad experiences. Like I think I was really just going into that like social setting, and I was like, even if there was like bad experiences, whatever, I'm really sure that like this is gonna be a way for me to reflect on something, because there was like this little bad experience in there with like this one person or like two people or whatever, that I would rather not really talk about because it's really quite personal. But there wasn't like any confrontation, but like basically these two people are like kind of gossiping about me, and like they were literally gossiping about me next to me. I was like really hearing the conversation. I was like, I'm standing right here though, like for goddamn sake, like this is not the rules for gossiping. If you want to gossip, you go to a quiet room and like you whisper. Like you don't really do it in front of other people, right? Like, are you trying to talk in like behind my back? Because obviously I'm like literally next to you, or like are you trying to like are you trying to confront me? What are you trying to do in here? Like what are you trying to do? I don't get it. What I mean getting out of your comfort zone, it doesn't really mean like forcing yourself out to like go out there even if you don't want to. The way that I see getting out of my comfort zone is if I want to do something and it might be a little bit risque, I would still do it and I wouldn't care, you know? Just being able to do what you want. This is what it really means for me, honestly. Just liberating myself and just feeling free, you know? But not actually forcing myself out to like do like random experiences. Just hashtag getting out of my comfort zone. And so I just really want to make this video like if you wanted to get out of your comfort zone and you're like, I don't know about it, best to go. You know what I mean? Like if you're not feeling it, like you don't have to, but like just really know, like try to like look at the positive and just be like, is there anything I can gain from this experience, right? If you really just feel like there is a lot more to gain than to lose, bring your purse. Bring your purse and go. Like, bestie, what's up? I feel like that's a good thing when you really go on your own because it's like you completely can like disconnect from how people knew you before and just kind of like immerse yourself into a new persona. So that was just what I felt for the night, honestly. So that was very fucking cool, you know? So yeah, other than that, have a great day and thank you so much for listening to my experience. Bye. That night will just always be memorable. And just imagine if I just told myself, no, I don't have anybody to go with, so I'm not gonna go. I wouldn't be able to reconnect with my childhood friend. I wouldn't really be able to see these amazing people. I wouldn't be able to dance awkwardly. I wouldn't be able to see all of those people dancing in a goofy way and just be like, damn, like they were having a life. Imagine. None of that would happen. None of that.